Right. Okay. So, in about mid-February of this year, I was preparing my music for my college auditions coming up soon. I was working from about 3 in the afternoon to almost 8 at night some nights, and the whole time I was in the percussion room, my percussion instructor, Mr. Guzman, was there as well. Now, he'd just gotten the job this year, and even then, he had become a great mentor to me, whom I respected and listened to no matter what. He had started the indoor percussion ensemble this year, and which was the first time ever in the history of Manor, and it had really brought us together as a family. Now, we had a competition the same day as my audition day, so I couldn't go. But the same week, the Friday before I left, after working tirelessly through that the whole week, the whole percussion ensemble came in, and they listened to me play one last time, supporting me and giving me this real huge boost in confidence, and it was really grateful for all of that. Now, I did my audition the next day, which fortunately didn't go so well, but that's okay. I don't care about UNT right now. So we came back, and I'm preparing for the next indoor competition and my next audition, which would also happen to be the same day, but I could go to the competition this time. And well, that Wednesday of that week, I walked in because I was late because I had to study for a freaking calculus test, and so I walk in, and the percussion room's a mess. The mallets are on the floor, and the keyboards are pushed to the sides, and the only person in there at the moment was my best friend Marquise, and he looked upset because it seemed practice hadn't really gone so well. They hadn't done so well in the competition, and so I was asking him what had happened, and he was explaining, and well, eventually the bell rings, and so we walk out into the band hall, which is filled with students from the guards and from all the band students, and Mr. Medina, the band director, is giving his usual morning meeting. Now, as the senior, as the drum captain, I'm not paying attention at all until I hear him say, I got percussion, I need to see you in the percussion room now, which is kind of unusual because he doesn't ever say that. And then I realize as I look around, Mr. Guzman is not there. And I was just kind of curious because he usually is. He said he was going to be there that morning, but he wasn't. So we're in the percussion room, and Mr. Medina walks in, and he's got this look on his face. You see somebody's face, and you know it's bad news, and it was that kind of face. Now, you know those mornings you have where you look, and the sun's shining, and there's not a cloud in the sky, and you're like, yeah, this is going to be a good day. Nothing can ruin it. Not one of those days. He comes in and he tells us, I have some news you might not want to hear. Mr. Guzman has quit via text message.
Oh.
Yeah. And so, of course, the warmth in the room just kind of left, and everybody just like, what? After a competition like last week's? Really? And of course, the first thoughts that are going through my head are, how am I going to prepare for my next audition? How am I going to get ready? I can't be ready for college without a percussion instructor. What the heck? And of course, he's still explaining about the indoor percussion line and how he still wants to go through with it. And I look around at all the faces, and I've seen these faces before. They're the faces that are like, if our teacher quits, why should we stay in? Now, Mr. Medina asked if we still wanted to do this, and they all looked like they didn't. So, well, I didn't want to quit. I knew this was a good program. This program was working. So I turned to all of them, and I asked them for their attention, and I'm like, guys, I know what it's like to have a teacher quit on you. My freshman year, my band director quit on us. We can still do this. We can still be a good drumline without a percussion instructor. Don't quit on the program. Don't quit on me. And so, my voice is cracking from all the mood, and everything is sad, and all their faces look like, they'd gotten beaten by a baseball bat with the little nails sticking out of it, like the gangster cartoons. And they look at me, and I can see that, yeah, they're not going to quit. They all decide to stay. And so we work our butts off for the next 2.5 weeks, because that's when the next competition is. And we get to the competition, and we play our butts off. We do everything we possibly can to get it right this time. And when we get our scores, we had increased our score from the last competition by a full 10 points, which if you don't know band, that's actually a very good thing. It's a really good thing. And the looks on their faces when we'd gotten that first place trophy was like, they could do this. We can do this. They were so proud of themselves, and I was proud of them because I was the one that helped convince them to get this far. You know, I was a senior and the leader of the drum line, and they were, you know, my kids. And, you know, most of them are freshmen, so I watched them grow over the entirety of the year, and I could never have felt more proud of them than I did at that moment, and that's all I could have ever asked for. Thank you.